Hi everyone, my name is Rubait Hossain and I'm a service charge consultant here at RICS Consulting. Welcome to this short presentation on the release of the fourth edition of the RICS Service Charge Code of Practice, which has come into effect from this year. So what is it? And what do we need to know? Service charges are one of those areas where the numbers matter, but trust matters just as much. Residents want to understand what they are paying for, providers need to recover costs properly, and we all need a clear evidence trail to show how these numbers came to be. Effective from 7th of April 2026, the fourth edition of the RICS Service Charge Residential Management Code brings all of that into sharper focus. So what is the code? The code does not replace the lease, and it does not replace legislation. The lease itself comes first, but the code is now recognized to be the benchmark for good practice. In simple terms, if a provider moves away from it, they need to be able to explain why and show that their approach is still fair, reasonable, and properly evidenced. One important point from the RICS code is that this is not just a managing agent document. It now speaks much more clearly to landlords and all those that are managing residential property where variable service charges are payable. Now, for providers, it means service charges cannot sit in one corner of the organization. Finance, housing, assets, legal, customer teams, and managing agents all need to be joined up. The direction of travel is very clear. Budgets should not be artificially low or inflated. Residents should be able to understand how their charges have been calculated. Reserve funds should link back to planned maintenance, not plug day-to-day gaps. Accounts should explain key variances, and commissions or other income need to be transparent. Basically, no mystery meat service charges. So when a client asks, what is the minimum we need to do? The answer is not just to read the code and file it away. Providers really do need to scope their stock, check lease authority, review demands, control Section 20 and Section 20B risk, evidence budgets and actuals, test apportionments, and make sure residents can understand the charge without needing a finance degree and a lie-down. The deadline point is actually quite simple. The fourth edition took effect on 7th of April 2026, so it's already live. RICS has not set out a separate grace period. Now, historic disputes about things that happened before that date may still refer to the third edition, but current activity should now be tested against the fourth edition. The sensible next step is a focused gap assessment. What applies, what is weak, and what needs fixing first. So what now, and how can we help? The practical next step is not to panic, but to get a clear view of where you stand. At ADASI, we support providers with various services such as service charge assessments, RICS code readiness reviews, policy and control checks, budget and apportionment testing, managing agent assurance, and residential communication reviews. The aim is simple: stabilize the position, reduce compliance exposure, improve transparency, and rebuild resident confidence. I'll now leave you with one final thought. Good service charge management is not just about recovering costs. It is about whether the charge is lawful, reasonable, evidenced, fairly apportioned, and fully explainable. Hopefully this has been of some use to you. And thank you again for taking the time with me today.